Alright, guys, welcome to season 6 here. We are 6 seasons deep. That's crazy to think about. And it seems to be going pretty well for us. If we look at the schedule, we had a few Premiership games. We had Dunfermline, where we won 2-1. A little derby there. We had Kilmarnock, won 2-0. Wraith, where we won 2-1. 2-1 loss, unfortunately, to Celtic. Beat Dundee United, beat Hibs, beat St Johnstone. So we're only 3 points down there. But I can't actually press on the the Premiership. So competitions: Scotland, men's William Hill Premiership. We're sitting second, 5 wins, 1 loss, unfortunately. So that's all right. That's not too bad. Of course, signings have been done, sales have been done. So let's get here. Um, I think this is where we are. So the 8th are people leaving. There's loans. Dalda Guindo left. Oh no. That's in January. Dalda Guindo left. We already know about that. 30-31. So it's just this bit here. Alex Sala left for 14.5 million. So pure profit there. Simeon Iliev left. He is so good, and unfortunately we had to let him go. He was going to run down his contract, but it was still 2033. But I felt like this was a season we could get maximum profit out of him. He's really good. He is really good, but I think we replaced him well. Of course, you will see that in a bit. 16.5 million there. Juan Rosa left for 8 million. He wasn't going to renew his contract. It was running out this season, so we managed to get 8 million for him. Fieta Arp left for less than we would have liked. Gonçalo Moreira left for 13 million. Again, that's less than we would have liked as well, but it's a Scottish league, so we're not getting the deals that we'd actually properly like. Dragan Spahic left as well. He was just kind of a backup player last season, but he was good. He was good, and it's unfortunate to let him leave without fully getting his development on the board. And then James Bree left as well for almost £1 million out to Luton, where I believe he joined Southampton from. I'm not sure on that one. But let's just get started with our transfers. I think there will be some back here, which I've not told you about. So it'll be just here actually. So we signed Abalo for 4.1 million. He's a really good player. A big fan of him at right back. Hopefully he just keeps developing. He's decently fast, but he's very small, so he's going to be getting a bit imposed by opposite strikers, wingers he comes up against, but decently good in attack. Dimer Lopez Arroyo, I tried to get him out on loan. Unfortunately, I don't think he is managing to get out there. Cheap enough striker. I thought he had some good potential as well. Hopefully that just keeps going. It's really nice finishing decisions, stuff you look for in a striker, to be honest. Marco, sorry. I signed him to be a central midfielder. I don't think I'm going to go through with playing him there. He's going to be out on the left, if anything. 2.3 million. He's doing really well. 2 goals, 1 player of the match so far. And Konrad Piszczek came in from Poland. 3.5 million. I think he is so good as a striker. Really, really well rounded. He's already played twice for Poland, so I thought, yeah, he's got to be the man. International goal already. Perfect for me. Then Dimitris Spyro, 1.6 million. I don't think he's as good as I thought he would be. Not going to be a lot of game time. One thing I've really struggled with is finding loan deals for players that I bring in. So it's been a struggle getting anyone out for development, unfortunately. Ivan Miskovic came in, 5.5 million. This guy looks almost world class already. He's so good. He'll be playing in the central of midfield, in the attacking midfielder role where Gonçalo Moreira was. What a replacement, because this guy, I do think, this might be a bit weird to say, but I do think he's better already. 18 years old, 4 caps for Serbia. Already better. Miro Kakon, 3 million basically. Bit of a backup player there. Hopefully he can make some appearances from the bench this season. Shachar Gozlan as well, 500k. Just a kind of backup player. Was trying to get him out on loan, didn't happen. Same with Sanjelo Costa Martins. and Per-Henrik Groningen. These loan moves are not coming in for us, unfortunately. We did sign Neil Lutuli, and he got out on loan to Motherwell. Hopefully he helps them. Srebrenic. He was brought in for £1 million. I think he is a good replacement for Spahic. Fills the role just fine as a backup midfielder. Alizada came in for free, and now he's out on loan at Odense in Denmark. Gracie Bahambula came in for 725k, and he looks pretty decent, just a backup centre back who could develop quite nicely. Steven Quinones, the Ecuadorian left back, again, just another backup. Try to get some development. These loan moves were not coming fast enough. Fernando San Jose came in on a free. He left on loan to Aberdeen, so that was good for us. Nelson Aravalo as well came in for 81k. Again, he got out on loan to Racing because I was like, no clubs in my league are coming in for these players. Same with Park Hyun Jin, he went back out to Pohang. So Do Young out to Incheon, and then Walter Ndlovu couldn't get a loan move for him, so he's staying here. Whew, so that was a lot of transfers right there. We are in the Champions League this season, of course. Take a look at who we're playing. We have Leipzig, Partizan, Slavia Prague, Eintracht Frankfurt, Chelsea, Besiktas, Porto, and Liverpool. So some hard games, like Liverpool and Porto, to end the campaign. We've got to get that win against Besiktas away, Slavia away, and then Partizan and Leipzig at home. So potentially 4 wins could be what we're looking for here. The other teams in the competition for our country will be... Oh, that is not what I'm looking for. Why is it saying media prediction? That's weird. It's done it again. Overall. Why is it doing this? This is ridiculous. So it's Kilmarnock in the Champions League, I believe. What? Am I on the wrong season? What is going on? This is the glitchiest thing I've ever seen. So current season is that one, 28-29. Okay, so 28-29 we finished second. No, we didn't, because why are Rangers... Okay, let's just go through the teams and see what happened. Because what on earth is going on there? I need to go back to the Scottish Premiership. Celtic, they're in the Champions League. Who are they going to come up against? So Celtic in the Champions League, let's see how they did actually. They played Rakov in qualifiers, won 3-1 on aggregate. Played Sporting and won 4-1 on aggregate, and then played Olympiacos and won 3-1 on aggregate. That's brilliant. Plays them against Los Lille, Feyenoord, Arsenal, Inter Milan, Valencia, Marseille, Real Madrid and Galatasaray. So that's not a bad set of fixtures for them. Could definitely get into the knockout playoff round. I believe Rangers, of course, are in competitions. They're in the Conference League, so they've failed one of their qualifiers. They did fail immediately to Club Brugge 2-1 on aggregate, where they played Larnaca in the next round and won 3-2. That puts them up against Crvena Zvezda, KI, Fenerbahce, Cluj, Cracovia. That's not enough teams. I've missed someone out. And FC Rapid, there it is. That's actually one of the harder Conference League fixture runs I've seen on the game so far, so that's a bit weird. Not Hibs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Was it just 4 teams? Kilmarnock in the Conference League. Let's check it out. They played Bravo, won 3-0. They played Bucharesti and managed to overcome a first leg deficit. They then played Elfsborg and got knocked out by the Swedish team there. So they are not in the competition. Was it just the 4 teams? Not St Mirren, not Aberdeen, not Hibs, not Dundee, Hearts, Dundee United, St Johnstone. It was St Johnstone, I knew it was 5 teams. So they played in the Europa League first. They lost and drew against Trabzonspor. They then played FC Inter of Finland and got knocked out there. So that's really not good for the coefficients. Thank you to St Johnstone for doing that. And finally, after checking all that out, we're going to go look at the Scotland national team. Because, of course, they would have had a World Cup to take part in this season if they did well enough. So, fixture schedule. Let's go to 2029, see the qualifiers. They beat Armenia, lost to Kazakhstan, beat Turkey, beat Kazakhstan, drew to Armenia, and drew to Turkey. That qualified them automatically, so they played Honduras and lost 3-1. They beat Uruguay, then beat Morocco, and then lost in extra time to Belgium 3-1, so that's really unfortunate. They do have another competition this season of Austria, Spain, Denmark in their group in the Nations League A. So hopefully they do well there. Let's get to the end of the season, and hopefully we are doing just fine. Right, see you there. Alright then, season's done and it looks like another successful one. That's very nice. League stage, we are looking at 96 points. Let's see how... Oh my god, this is... this is becoming a joke, guys. This is becoming another joke. Just trying to see the points tally. Current season. That's not the current season, is it? I can already tell. Yep, my game is bugging out. So we finished in first. 31 wins, 3 draws, 4 losses. 96 points right there. Celtic not too far behind, so they'll be getting a Champions League spot because, of course, we have 5 positions now, so that's very nice. Squad-wise, we'll take a look at the squad first before we take a look at everyone else. Still playing that 4-3-3, and you can see we still have some great results coming through. Ivan Miskovic, who was that 5.5 million signing at the start of the season, 34 goals and 17 assists from the attacking midfield role in the middle of the park, central midfield. He is absolutely unbelievably good. We'll be struggling to hold on to him for a little while now. Hopefully we can. Laji Diarasuba came in the year before. Absolutely brilliant. Love the guy. 28 goals, 9 assists from that right wing. Doing really, really nice. Striker Konrad Piszczek, 23 goals, 10 assists. Getting that development really nice. His physicals are improving, which was what we were after. And he's getting some really nice mental attributes as well for his role. Amara Diouf, 13 goals, 17 assists. Could be his last season with us. I don't want to speak too soon, but it's getting to that point. Wanted by Al Hilal. It seems he's coming off the bench. Well, Ndlovu came ahead of him at the end of the season there, probably just for getting some players off the bench and everything. Heber Silva developing really nicely. 4 goals from him this season. And he's looking absolutely massive. Keelan Adams, he's been here the whole time. We're trying to keep hold of him until we can get to a Champions League win, but 29 years old, it might be the end for Keelan, unfortunately. Daimar Lopez Arroyo couldn't get him out on loan in January. He only played 19 times, scoring 9 goals, 5 assists there. Morenti out on loan at Hearts got 13 goals, 5 assists, and Coney out at Rangers got 10 goals, 1 assist, so that's pretty decent. Marco Pacci did have to get loaned out to Kilmarnock because he wasn't getting much game time here and he was unhappy. He got 6 goals, 6 assists in 10 games, so he is definitely going to be coming back and playing out on the left for us. Who else did well? Central midfielder Ertan Srebrnic did really well, 3 goals, 8 assists from him. Can play as a centre back, might have to do so if some injuries come into play. Takeda did well, 1 assist from him, developing nicely yet again. Abalo did really well, starting most games, 8 assists from him at right back. And then who else did well? Richard Kwaku, 11 assists from him at left back as well. Thankfully, I think it was a good decision to bring him in very early on in this save. And everyone else, you can see, they're all just loan listed. No one coming in for them. It's really, really disappointing to see. Under 19s wise, I'm not sure if we've had any proper top quality players through yet. Mitchell Munn was actually our star player in the youth intake. He looks like a promising midfielder who we could try and nurse to be Scotland's future centre mid or striker. He does have a nice holy trinity there. I think he is more of a striker. We'll see what comes of him. But if we look at the rest of the team, no one else looks any good. in this U19's side here, so bit of a disappointing one there. You might be able to notice we didn't get too far in the Champions League, so if we go to match day competitions, knocked out in the round of 16 is not too bad at all, so let's go check the league phase. 18th place, 3 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses. So we got through to the knockout playoff and we beat Napoli 2-1. Very good win. And in the round of 16, we were knocked out 4-3 on aggregate by Chelsea, so that's just a bit unlucky. Celtic there finishing in the round of 16 as well. Let's go check out how they did in the league phase. They finished above us. 5 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. So that's very good. They were in the knockout playoff round as well, though. They beat Lille 4-2. And then, of course, did lose to Liverpool 3-2 just there. So that's unfortunate for the coefficients as well. Anybody in the Europa League? Not that I'm noticing. No, no one in Europa League. Anyone in the Conference League? No one in the final. Rangers got through to the round of 16 automatically, and no one else was in it, where they know. So Rangers in the round of 16 beat Győr from Hungary to head to the quarterfinals, which is impressive on its own. They then beat Anderlecht, headed into the semi-finals, and of course 4-3. Unfortunately, they did lose the first leg and then drew the second leg, so they were very close to heading through to that final, but it just wasn't to be. That would be very nice for the coefficients, but unfortunately it just didn't end up being that way. But I think it was a good season overall. I'll see you at the area where we find our coefficients for the end of the year. Alright, so if we're looking just here, we can see that Hibs have a Conference League spot, Falkirk and Celtic are in the Champions League, and the Europa League is Rangers and Aberdeen. We've moved up into 23rd in the club coefficients, which has no information available. That's strange. England and Spain take the top spots there, and we're unable to see how we've gone on coefficients. So Nation Club coefficients, Scotland have moved up into 9th with a 7.7. That's not a very good score that we've got there. But we did have a 48.5, so we do seem secure through the results there. And it looks like we're dropping to 41.0 for the next season. And if it's alright, because no one else is around us getting anywhere near. We should potentially be able to catch up to Turkey in these next coming seasons. And then that'll push us on to maybe a top 6. So what are the qualification spots in the top 6 here? So it's 3 teams in the Champions League, if we're able to get to where Portugal are. So 2 automatically in the league phase, and then 1 through the qualifiers. Europa League is 2 in there, and the Conference League is just the 1. So it'd be 6 teams qualifying to Europe. Hopefully we are able to do that. It's a very exciting time. Let's take a look at the national team. Potentially they've played some Nations League games that we'll take a look at. Fixture schedule. We'll be back here actually. European League Div. So they beat Austria 2-1, lost to Spain, Denmark, Spain, and then Austria again, and then beat Denmark 2-0 away from home there. You can see some new players coming through, Bodden Callum, and then Bodden Callum again. He seems to be the only one scoring. Jack Brennan was the guy I was looking for there. This game is getting to me. So that must have been enough to keep them in the group stage. I'm not sure how. Kind of seems a bit even. But they did have to play Albania to stay up. And it seems that they only got to stay up in the Div A because they won on away goals. I thought away goals were not going to be a thing anymore. So that's a bit strange that that's gone through there. They have been drawn into a qualification group in the European Championships with Lithuania, Poland, Italy. Is that it? Yeah. So it's just the 4 teams. That's a bit No, yeah, it's just all four of the teams. I don't know if that's a thing that happens a lot. I just got into usually in a five-team group, so I'm not entirely sure. There's Germany, or this year, sorry, Germany, Northern Ireland, Slovakia, and whoever the hell else was in that group. But that doesn't matter. They have played some friendlies actually, where they beat Colombia 1-0 and then Luxembourg 3-2. So it's pretty cool that they managed to beat Colombia. We can kind of see the lineup they're going for here. Interesting. If we go back, can we see their rankings? 38th. What in the hell is going on? National team rankings. That's what I'm looking for. We're on the men's. They're in 38th. It seems they've gone down. Or they've gone up 7, apparently. But they're at 1537 in the coefficient points. And England are top on 2024. So I'm not sure they're going to be able to do too well. Women's wise, I'm not sure that the men's side of the game that we're playing on affects this women's side. So I didn't want to include them in other ones, but they are in 24th, just there. But yeah, it seems to be going alright. Hopefully we can keep this up and push on further, and I'll see you in the next season.